twice, but he stabbed he stabbed him up for no reason. They charged him with a hate.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy. Serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Jordan take females back after they cheat. It's my kingdom, right? The most important piece inside this, just like chess, you let somebody capture the king, the game over. No, and you got other pieces that play. You got pawn, they go out there first, get their ass hit. You got rooks, you got a bunch of shit, right? Knights and shit. They can get took, they can go certain ways that they can go. But guess what the queen could do? The queen could go here, there, however many ways she want to do. That's why she's the most important thing in the house. She could do anything. Most people can't play without a queen. Most men can't get rich without one main bitch. A real one.
Correct. The most powerful men are married men.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And it's really the women making the power play.
Now if somebody fuck that, you gonna be like, man, you gonna cry.
I need two part 30s.
Immediately.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. I know some of y'all are going to disagree with the video that I just played that was as part of our intro, but we're going to talk about that in just one brief moment, and I know Legacy is going to have a major rebuttal. But oh well. Anyway, welcome back to the Anthony Brown Show. This segment that we call the ATL Family and Friends. Welcome back. It's so nice to be here. If you are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe. And statistics already shows that about 80% of you are watching and not subscribing. Y'all keep coming over here sneaking and peeking. So stop shacking up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It's free. We'll wait. And while we're waiting for those others, go ahead and click that like button. And of course, you can comment below. And if you comment below, we will read your comments loud, live, and in color here on the air and respond accordingly. Yes, we will. And they say sharing is caring. So go ahead and click that share button so that your friends and family can come in over here and see what the craziness is all about. And welcome back once again. Here we are. Of course, I'm joined tonight by none other than my family, my friends, my tribe, my brothers, my sisters from other mothers. You know what I'm saying? I can't do this by myself. And I had to call on none but the very best. Yes, we have the best here on ATL Family and Friends. I'm joined tonight by none other than the very beautiful, the gorgeous, the voluptuous.
Hello, everybody. How is you guys doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, but Mr. Tyson is under the weather.
Oh, what's wrong? Did he catch a bug from the school?
Yeah, child, he got them cooties from them kids.
That's what we can blame it on.
Yeah, he got the cooties.
Your house is spotless and clean, so he know he catch nothing there.
Okay, he got the cooties.
Yeah, from some of those other folks.
Oh my!
Yes, Tyson. Yes, Tyson. Feel better. And of course, I can't do the show none other than my little big brother, Mr. Legacy the Great.
ATL in this biatch.
What were you flexing?
Stop the cap.
Those muscles. Him got muscles. Him got muscles.
What it do, ATL world?
He got what?
Stop the cap. Shave your beard and get real.
Him got muscles.
Thelma, tell him to shave his beard and get real.
I said 2024, I will be a better version of myself. Tony, your look. I can't stand that damn dog. Look at all type of crazy. Hey, Cordell.
Cordell, hit that like button. We appreciate you for coming on. He said he got muscles. And of course, I can't do this show without none other than my very beautiful friend, the voluptuous, juiciest cakes on this side of the Mason-Dixon. I mean, Rump Shaker ain't got shit on her. Welcome to the stage, Ms. Juicy Cakes.
Blessings, peace and love, everybody.
How you doing, Juice?
Hey, Juice.
Fine.
Cake in the cake.
Thelma, Tony, you look good.
I
love your beard.
Let me tell you, he been glowing like a mud since he been growing all them tomatoes and all the rest of that. He wake up with a special type of joy in his heart.
Yes, I get something run straight to my garden. Juicy done started something in me.
I'm telling you.
I'm so glad. Look, you are the top gardener now. Instead of the next top model, you're the top gardener.
Hey. First runner up is Legacy.
Yeah. You know it.
Cause he coming for me.
Oh yeah, I'm out here with him now. I'm doing the show by him tonight.
Somebody next to me just said you ain't shit.
But I will talk to you later. And I love you too. And Phil said hi, he loves you. Everybody loves you.
Juicy, I went to the doctor today. We need to talk.
Juicy, you got a message?
Move forward.
What's Juicy? What's your zodiac sign? Oh, your Aquarius.
Don't play me. Don't play me.
I'm sorry.
Don't do me.
Forgive
Don't
me,
do me
baby.
like that.
I'm sorry. Don't do it. Don't do me. Blame it on my age. You know I'm elderly.
Look, I'm a want to use.
Yes, we both Aquarius. What's your sign, Tiama?
Well, let me go check with her. See what they're doing.
Tiama dealing with Tyson.
Yes. What? This you Gemini, right? Legacy.
All day.
This Gemini season.
Nope.
Aries. It's Aries time right now.
It changed over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gemini is coming up in May.
Mm-hmm. May 20th through June 20th.
Yep. I got me a Gemini. My daddy was a Gemini. Nikhil's a Gemini.
Hold on. Check this out.
When Geminis are angry, they start talking very loudly and will continue to talk about the problem that's irritating them, no matter what, until everyone has understood it. Geminis need to win debates. Ill-educated people and ignoramuses annoy Geminis enormously. They hate it when people question their personality and try to manipulate them. On the other hand, Geminis can't get too angry for too long because they don't want to end up making the other person sad either. When Geminis get angry, they find it very hard to contain themselves. So if something bothers them, don't count on them to keep what they're thinking in their heads. Gemini people hate to lose an argument, and it's easy enough to provoke them because their diabolical double loves the spirit of revenge. What's more, Gemini people really don't like negative, pessimistic people, and they'll often try to show that anything is possible in life by relying on very precise facts, especially if they've already studied the subject well. When Geminis are angry, they can simply destroy others with their words. They can shut you up in a single sentence with an implacable sense of logic, and all without even having to shout.
My, that sounded just like Legacy. Wow.
Cake, that wasn't me. That was not me, was it, Cake? Thank you, Cake.
That was you to the fifth power.
See, the thing of it is you have to look at it. We got some of every sign in us. So I see all of us.
You might see a bits and pieces of all of us in that description. But all of that is Legacy.
I'm with you, Juicy. All of us have our times.
Because I know right now, I'm a Gemini.
Leo.
I'm giving everybody the business.
What it is.
And so that's a double whammy right there. I gotta watch that.
That was definitely Legacy all the way.
Tony, as soon as I seen the thing come up and it said Gemini, I say this and this.
So Legacy, when your birthday?
The 30th of May.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Well, you are a Gemini though, huh, boo boo?
If you know, it's like three steps to being in your zodiac. You got the morning zodiac. The morning whatever zodiac sign you are. Then you got the middle, and then you got the end part. That's why it's like a 30-day time window. So each one of them, you got a softer side, then you have an out of control side, and then you have the one that's in the middle that can control it. I wind up being in the middle.
So you feel you can control it?
I do control it. I used to could control it.
Oh, you better now. So hey, that might be where we at, Tony. Tony, allow me to introduce to you Legacy. Legacy, meet Tony. Because every day we a new person. You just might not know that today he woke up and he said he gonna be better.
Well, I have a problem right now because it sounded like y'all saying that I'm never good.
You're great.
We didn't say you was never good. We just said that video depicts you.
Did the video make it seem like that person they were talking about was not a good person?
No, definitely. It said that we were good people, but once you get us to the point, and it don't take much.
Not at all.
But that's only with for me. That type of anger is reserved. I couldn't get that angry at you, Tayama, Tony, and others that I consider to be where I want to just hurt somebody with my words or hurt somebody physically. That ain't. But for somebody that I don't have that type of love or admiration about, yeah, it come off real fast.
Good evening. Is this Gemini bashing? No, Veronica, it's not. So I wanted to say what I got from that is, and what I get from most Geminis, y'all are very truthful. And those people who take it personal are very weak. And they aren't strong enough to handle your truth, even though we do know the truth hurts.
It do.
So maybe then what you Geminis might want to do, I always tell even my kids, especially my Gemini, this one sound, you hear me? Thinking before you speak. That vibration trigger your mind to say, oh, let me think about that. And if you think before you say something, you might not be as cutthroat. You might have a tissue handed out.
See, and that's the problem. This show has taught me that we don't supposed to have no goddamn tissue.
But whose show is it?
It's our show.
I know, but I was trying to throw Tony out there.
I call the shade.
Because you know good and well Aquarius do just the same. Like every Aquarius is from a Gemini.
I believe that because they close. Because Tony. Well, I'm trying to figure out what Tayama is because I heard her say Leo, but I think she's more like a Scorpio.
Well, what day of the month you born, Tayama? Leo, what day? See, we supposed to know it. She's being quiet.
We do.
I know I told her happy birthday, but I don't remember.
I think Tayama's birthday is in. I didn't mean to change the subject. How do y'all feel about Aquarius? That's Tony and Juicy.
We love us.
Tony and Juicy, we're the best. We're the best.
My birthday is July 27th.
Oh,
but
see, you wanted
she should have been a Scorpio.
That's why Tony, legacy right there.
This girl, you ever seen them animals that they got part horse body and a human at the top, which is the sign of the Sagittarius.
Listen,
Tayama is the lion head with the scorpion body.
She's the 4th of July Leo, ready to pop off.
I take that.
That's July.
We're gonna get you some counseling, Tayama.
Child, y'all can. But could we book me so I get the money in return? I diagnose my damn self. Thank you kindly.
Okay. Listen, I just had to show that video about Geminis because I said that video is definitely legacy. But nevertheless,
Tony, hold on for a second. Hold on, Tony.
I digress. We're gonna move on.
Tony, pull that thing up that Cordell wanted. He had something for Juicy. KK. Look like Cake Pro. Cordell say, Juicy, I went to the doctor today. We need to talk. She must be in a bad area, Tony.
Okay, let me show the next video. We'll get back.
Okay, I'm back. I figured
It's apparent that
I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, you know, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them cater to her real dad, not me. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this? His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house? Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah. And they would no longer be at my house either. And you would no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So I let her know that.
Ladies, how do you feel about that?
I didn't get to see the video. Sorry.
Tony. I was gonna say, just in case, just for those who didn't see it or didn't hear it or whatever, just to give you a synopsis of what was being said in the video is Kevin is portraying the stepfather of 10 years of this girl. So he's the stepfather. He's married the mother, the girl's mother. Now she's getting married. The girl is expecting Kevin, the stepfather, to pay for the wedding, and the wedding is going to be at Kevin's house. But when the girl was planning out the wedding, the father and daughter's dances and songs is 3 of them. All of them caters to her real father, her biological birth father, who hasn't been there for the last 10 years. But the songs is dedicated to him, and he's going to be in the father-daughter dance with her, not the current father, the stepfather, who's there now. And the food choices, 2 of the dishes has stuff in it that Kevin is allergic to, the stepfather is allergic to. So that means you wasn't even thinking about the stepfather when you planned out the menu, because you have items on the dish that you know that I can't eat. But you want you to pay for it and have it at your house because you have a nice house, a nice backyard, a nice setting. And out of 150 people supposed to be coming to the wedding, he want to bring 20 people. None of those people are invited. So how do we feel about this situation? So he said that, you know, mother, daughter, you won't be having it at my house. I won't be paying for it. And y'all can't come back here no more. So is he wrong? How do y'all feel? Let's talk about it. Unmute yourself.
Nope, I don't feel that he's wrong at all.
Oh, he's not
because
wrong.
I don't feel like if I had to mute. Mr. Tyson is over here being Tyson-ish. Legacy know what that means. But me personally, if he had a problem with her wanting her biological father to walk her down the aisle, I would have a problem. But all them other different scenarios, nah. If he taking over everything and everything is about that, guess what? You, your mama, and him, y'all figure that out, and let me be the stranger like you acting like I am, and I'll be over here minding my business. That's what I feel.
What do you think?
I'm with her, sis on that. Like, you can have your dream wedding and what you want, but you can't. I don't feel anybody should be discredited or discounted or made to feel like all I want is just what you can offer me, your money, your space. And if she has two fathers, she's blessed. She needs to see that blessing. A wedding reception only had one dance with the dad. Why it's got to be three with the same damn man? Like,
right?
Huh?
One of those dances could have been the stepdaddy.
Right. She could have even if just for the sake of for the fuck of it, she could have pacified that man and made him feel thank you for doing this, because that's not his position as a stepfather to pay for the wedding, to have any part of it. He's supposed to be a guest. Stop. The real father is supposed to be the one responsible for it, not the mother and her new husband. See, that's the thing that we gotta really pay attention to. That ain't the mom and her new husband, and now that you got another father, his job. It's his job if he chooses to, because he's stepping up and he's being that second role and that father figure. But if the real father is in the picture and he trying to be the man, be man up.
So I'm assuming that because this guy here has been in the picture for 10 years. So I'm assuming the child still has some type of relationship with her biological father.
But it's 10 years. I think it said she didn't see him for 10 years. And I guess we could say, okay, time doesn't matter, because if love is there, it's love is there. And we do know a daughter and her father, there's a bond that can't be broke. So, okay, this might have been something she's had. But that does not, if 10 years this man hasn't been in your life, but 10 years this other man has, a bond should have been created there too. Some form of respect should have been earned at least. If you ain't blind with the man, but you respect him enough to want his house, you should respect him enough to be cordial. That's rude.
Legacy, what's your viewpoints and your thoughts?
This is my thought. I really think that the daughter and the mother both plotted on the well-to-do stepfather's money. This man has been in this young lady's life for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if the bond was so great and so influential between the biological dad and the daughter, in that 10 years time, or however that 10 year span has been, because he said the last 10 years he hasn't been in her life. So that means that he's had 10 years to prepare. He should have financially been able to handle this wedding on his own. And as a man, if I haven't been in my daughter's life like that, to the point to where another man has done everything for my daughter, financially, been there, done things like that, as a man, I would have told my daughter, hold on, I'm going to be there. But the person that should walk you down the aisle, the person that should get the first dance with you, is the man who has been that father figure for you financially, emotionally, security-wise, by allowing you to live in a house of protection and live the life that I wanted to give you. Now, if the biological father has a disability and that prevented him from being the best father financially, security-wise, or being there emotionally, if those things were the case that he wasn't able to provide in that way, then me as the stepfather understanding and knowing that that was the reason why he wasn't providing, then of course I don't have a problem with her saying her dad should walk down the aisle with her dad or give her dad the first dance. But you as an individual, especially a mother, sitting there allowing your child to make those type of plans, talking about you got 3 dances with this man that does not include the stepfather who has financially taken care of you for the last 10 years of your life. Also in that clip, the stepfather also paid for her college degree,
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that I have taken this burden on of being able to provide for you as if you are my own, and to then don't get recognized as an important figure in your life at one of the most important, iconic days of your life. This man has made and yes, I'm upset with the child, the daughter, but I'm overly upset with the mother because the mother could have easily told her, "Hold on, baby, we not doing it like this. What we not gonna do is do this." Nobody's saying that your father can't participate, but what you will not do is disrespect the man that's making it possible outside of God. And by the mother not having a standpoint protecting her husband's emotions, her husband's feelings, his heart, his finances, then as he said, along with your daughter, she's out the door and everything that I was providing is gone, and you can go too. Because I no longer want you because you don't have my best interest at heart.
Right.
You have to leave too. So as Juicy said, your father and your mother need to come together and get you a venue, come together and pay for the catering, come together and pay for the food, the decoration, because none of that shit will be done here.
Oh, you didn't say the mother helped plot it. I missed that memo.
Well, it's one of those things that obviously it's going to deal with, because think about it, Juicy. Daughter playing her wedding, you know she playing it along with her mother. Everything by her mother.
Well, the only reason why I said you didn't say, and I didn't think, I look at me and my wedding. I had my wedding the way I wanted it, and my mom, she didn't want the wedding that I had, so she didn't get to plan it with me because we didn't agree. So there could be occasions
you didn't agree, which means you brought it by her. She knew about it.
Well, yes. And so, like,
if she brought it by her mother, I'm sure because that's her right here. She's a female. She'll take the next female, her mother. Mom, what do you think of this? Mom, what do you think about that? Your mother
what
did.
If she said, what if the mother did tell her, I don't think that's a good idea, but if it's what you want, sweet.
Then if the mother did tell her, Juicy, if the mother told her, then guess what? This discussion he wouldn't even be talking about it right now because the mother would have already did that.
Well, no, because you know what? The only reason why I say no is if she went to her stepfather and put in these requests. That's how I was hearing Tony say that she talked to him and said,
Juicy, listen, mama. Listen, y'all, listen to me. As much as I love my stepkid, I have a stepdaughter. I love her to death. There are certain things, regardless of what, she has to run things by her mother. Because yes, she is inclined to be able to talk to me about certain things, but as if she came directly to me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hear her, and then I'm gonna run it by her mother so that I can tell her mother how I feel about it. Because you're not going to bypass the person that I am in a relationship with, regardless if I'm dad or stepdad. You have to run that through your mother. That is something that is respectful because my money is her money.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just trying to give that mom the pardon that she just did not do that with her husband.
That's why I say
Let
that.
me tell you, the mom had to be in cahoots with the daughter, being that the wedding was held at their home.
Exactly.
So the mom was all in. You ain't finna throw nothing at no black person house and they don't know the ins and outs
Not no black woman house.
at all.
Come on, these niggas finna come in here and tell shit. Tell my lawn.
Okay, stepping on my roses and my lilies and my daffodils.
Yeah, leaving styrofoam cups all on the ground. No. That was a plot. Because guess what? Kate, I guarantee you will tell Homo, as the women that I know, if that would have ran by you, you're gonna run that financial burden by the man who's paying it. You're gonna say, babe, such and such want this at the wedding. Is that in our budget? Such and such want this for the wedding. Is this in our budget? If you can run those things by him, is it in our budget? Then you could have ran it by your daughter. How do you think that's gonna make him feel when he's the person financially paying for this and you don't even acknowledge him at the wedding with a dance, with getting food that he's able to eat? You disrespected that man all around the board. That's like us having something, Kate, at Tony's house or my house, and we having something, and all we got is food that we eat, and we ain't get you nothing that you eat. That's saying F Juicy, because if we're planning something for us, we have to plan around Juicy eat vegan food. Because we love and respect what you do.
And that's
Fuck
only
Juicy.
right.
Fuck Juicy.
Ooh, please. And long. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Juicy.
Okay, I'm there.
Oh,
Thank you.
And y'all talk about me.
It's been a long time coming.
Did you hear somebody been a long time coming?
I'm gonna get it any way I can. It's my season.
What we got next on the agenda, bro? Please tell me you ain't froze. Over there looking like a light skin pumpkin with a beard.
He is glowing. Y'all getting hot and heavy tonight. We always do. I like your hairstyle. That's pretty. I need to do my hair. I've been wearing a hat in my.
I don't remember if I showed this video. I don't remember if I showed this video last time. But check this video out. If I showed it, I forget. I'll it again. But it was called Black. It was called Based on Fear. I showed this video.
I don't think so.
Black people in America never get anything when they vote. So how do they motivate us to vote if we never get nothing when we do? Fear. Black people are the only constituency in this country who vote out of fear. In other words, I'm not voting to stop police brutality because they're not going to stop it. I'm not voting to change mass incarceration. They're not going to change it. I'm not voting to fix the schools. They're never going to fix them. So what you voting for? Because I'm afraid of what Trump might do. You see that? That's how we vote. Fear. Now, when the Jews go to the polls, when the Latinos go to the polls, when the Arabs, the East Indians, the Anglo-Saxons go to the polls, they're going for concessions. I'm getting something out of this vote. I'm getting something that we already agreed upon before Election Day. Black people are getting nothing. We vote out of fear. Our motivation is fear. Joe Biden may do nothing for you, but Donald Trump will be worse. See how that works? This is how they get us out. The black man is the only one in the voting line voting because he's scared of what the other man might do to him.
Amen.
I ain't even gotta say nothing
I
on
ain't even
that.
gotta say nothing on that. But you will.
Because it's the truth.
But you will.
All I'm gonna say
Look.
All I'm gonna say
is what I've
Let
been
Tayama
preaching.
go
Is
first.
what? Go ahead, Thelma.
Go ahead, Thelma.
Of course, that is 1,000% true.
1,000% true.
We waiting on the
We
butt.
waiting on the butt.
It ain't a
There ain't
but.
no butt
It
in it.
Okay.
it's 1,000% true.
It's
But at this
1,000%
point,
true.
black
But at
people
this
shouldn't be
point,
afraid of shit. They
black
done did
people
all they
shouldn't
could
be
really
afraid
do
of
to
shit. They
you.
done did all they could really do to you.
There go that butt. I was gonna say the only butt is everybody going up to the line in fear. Asses.
And the crazy thing
And the
is,
crazy thing is,
these people do
these
it.
people do it.
They run the
They run
same
the same
playbook
playbook
every
every
4
4
years.
years.
Every 4 years is
Every
the
4 years
same
is the
playbook.
same playbook.
We need to
We need to
demonize
demonize
the person
the
that's running
person
in the
that's running in
Republican
the
Party
Republican Party
to make it
to
look
make
like
it look like
the only people
the
that can
only
save
people
you
that can
niggas
save you niggas
is the
is
Democratic
the
Party.
Democratic Party.
And the thing that
And the
bothers me
thing
the
that
most
bothers
is
me the most
we
is
don't know
we
no
don't know
history.
no history.
Not only do we not
Not
know
only do we
history
not know
on
history
what the
on what
president
the
gonna be,
president
what
gonna
his agenda
what his
is,
agenda
we don't
is.
know no
We
history
don't
on
know
the
no
governor
history on
that
the
runs
governor
our
that
state.
runs our
We don't
state.
know how
We
many
don't know how many
state senators we
state
got in
senators we
our
got
state,
in our
what
state,
they
what
politics
they
are. We
politics
don't
are.
know
We
how
don't
the
know
sheriff
how
got
the
elected
sheriff
in
got
our time.
elected
We
in
don't
our
know now
time. We don't
city
know now
councilmen,
city
and we
councilman,
don't know our
and we
city
don't know
managers.
our city manager.
So if we don't know none
So
of
if we
those
don't know none of
local
those
things
local
and
things
state
and
things,
state
you
things,
think as
you
a
think
black
as a
individual,
black
you're getting
individual,
up
you're
going to
getting
go
up
vote
going
for
to go vote
a
for a
national
national
stage
stage
person,
person,
president of the United States of
president of the United
America,
States of
that
America,
you're gonna
that you're
know. They
going to
just
know.
like you say, it's out of fear. Oh my God. And then the history tells us, like I said about a week or two ago, the reason that that race, not racism, but the reason that slavery was so long was because the Democratic Party, which was more like less the South, fought so hard to keep blacks in slavery. It was the Republican Party, even though it was also on a different agenda, that saw that in order for us to grow as a nation, we have to break up this monopoly. We have to let these people free. And that's how that bill got passed. That's, slavery needs to be abolished. The Democratic Party, every state that you look at that's Democrat, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, all of these Bible Belt states were the ones that were fighting so hard for slavery to stay intact. All of those statues that you see people trying to get tore down in the courtyards and different places talking about these people represented slavery, those are your military Democratic Party that fought to keep you enslaved. But because you don't educate yourself, you don't go find out who he really was and what party and agenda he was behind, you just think that Chantel says the goal is to keep us with the crab in the pot mentality. We fight harder against each other than we stand united together. Well, I mean, that's true, but I'm gonna say this. That's
That's
internally.
internally.
But hold
But
on.
hold on.
Oh, that's
That's
internally tell
internally tell
that is a
that
true
that is a
statement.
true statement.
But
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 that
on the
but on the
on
on
politics,
politics,
most black people
most black
are,
people
like we
are,
stated
like we
before,
stated
believe
before,
that if my
believe
grandmama
that if my
voted
grandmama voted
Democratic,
Democratic,
my mama voted
my mama
Democrat,
voted Democrat,
I gotta do the
I
same
gotta do
thing.
the same thing.
And I'm afraid if I
I'm
do
afraid if
anything
I do
different,
anything different,
they're gonna disown
they're
me.
gonna disown me.
So I have to vote
So
this
I
way.
have to vote this way.
And if you take
And if you
most
take most
black people and
black
ask
people
them
and ask them
what are
what are
your
your
politicians' plans
politicians'
for
plan for
your race of people. What is the plan? What plans have been accomplished in his or her first 4 years being in this position? What has been accomplished? Not for the nation. We talking about just for our group specifically. And not one of them can tell you what was done specifically for one group. So when you ask me, and we had this talk, Tony and Kate, well, and you elaborated on it, Tony. But if everybody else can get something for their group, why is it so hard for us to get something for our group? The Asians just got a bill passed the first 6 months of Biden being in office, that anything you do to them can be looked upon as a hate crime. That was, and at the same time, they had just canceled the George Floyd bill, which would have protected black people from having police brutality put against them by law enforcement. That was stricken down, but the Asian bill was accepted. And until we understand, like Chantel said, when Barack was in office, his second term, he was actually going to lose to Mitt Romney. So he had to do something that he had to make a deal with the group. And the group he had to make the deal with was the LGBT group. That he told them, if you guys come out in droves and vote for me and get me back in office, I will pass a bill for it to be same-sex marriage. They came out, he stuck to his word. His first 2, 3, 4 months of him being in office, that bill was being passed. So if everybody else can get something for their group, why is it that when it comes to us, the only thing we're given is hope for a stimulus check, hope for more food stamps, hope for more of my child support money, and hope that they don't close down housing before these other people be kicked out on the street. That's the hope that they hope for with the Democratic Party. So until we wake up as a whole and understand that we have to do research. And I remember asking people, y'all remember seeing Biden on the television show on the Breakfast Club talking about if you there's no way you can be a black person if you don't vote Democrat. That right there alone should have got him canceled. Because if I would have been in a position as a black man getting on a talk show saying that about, hey, if you ain't voting white, if you're not voting Republican, you as a black man running Republican, if I'd have said that, it would have been looked at as being insensitive and racist, and I would have been canceled. Cancel culture would have came out and canceled me right then. So we got to understand that these people, you have to ask yourself, this man has ran for office for president 5 times. 5. He got in on his 5th one. Why is it that out of the 5 times out of the 4 times prior to this, they finally let you in? This man has never been considered to be a leader. He's only been attached to the Democratic Party, and his claim to fame is being the vice president, being attached to Barack Obama. Because as a president of the United States himself, standing on his own merit, he hasn't done a goddamn thing for the American people since he's been here. I digress.
Well, speaking, Juicy, you got anything to say? If not, I have a video to show about Biden.
You can go ahead and show that video because I'm gonna say this. He wants to do more to build the middle class.
He wants to build the middle class. Listen.
If he wins a second term.
Listen. Nothing but lies.
We enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year, reduce healthcare costs for millions of working families. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years.
Wow. So $400 a month for the Americans for the next 2 years. $400 a month for every American for the next 2 years. Liberals, listen up. Your president here wants to propose to give you guys, including me, because I'm an American, $400 a month for the next 2 years. Let me ask you a question. Liberals, hello? Hello? Listen, you ready? Liberals, over here. Look over here. Look over here. Look at me. You ready? And listen. What are the illegals getting every month from this administration? Huh? From this idiot. What are the illegals getting? Go ahead. Give me the list, because I have my own list. Go ahead. What are they getting? They got the $5,000 a month gift cards or credit card, whatever the fuck they were, debit card. Huh? What else are they getting? Free housing. Free health care. They feel sick, they go right into the hospital. No bill, no nothing. But you get sick and go to the hospital, what do you get? Deductible you gotta pay, right? You gotta pay for things that, your insurance doesn't cover. Even the seniors on Medicare. There's a lot of shit that Medicare doesn't cover that this government gives you to the seniors. There's a lot of shit, and what? The seniors get a bill. But what do the illegals get? So this idiot here, to you liberals, here we go, another lie. He wants to propose to give every American $400 a month. That's $100 a week for the next 2 years. I want to become an illegal because I'll get more. Holy shit, Jesus fucking Christ almighty. And this is the bullshit that you guys buy from him? You guys believe this shit? $400 a month for the next 2 years and $800 savings on mortgages so people can buy houses. Really? No, let me tell you what we need. We need to get this idiot out of the White House and all his goons, all his Democrat goons. They need to be kicked out of Washington. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Get the fuck out of here with his bullshit.
So basically what he's saying is it's more profitable to be an illegal immigrant or a foreigner or an illegal person than to be an American, because right now Biden is proposing to pay the American people us $400 a month for the next 2 years, which is a lot of people say, oh, that's a handout. Everybody want a handout. They want their stimulus checks. They want their free money. They want their food stamps. They want their handouts. But that's only $400 a month compared. $400 a month is $400 a month. So that's something that's better than nothing. Some people say. And if you don't have anything, that's good. But compared to the immigrants who's getting thousands per
3,000.
month, free housing, 3,000,
free Medicare,
3,000 a month, free Medicaid, free housing,
free phone, free internet, free housing.
And we Americans is only getting $400. Is that right? Is that fair?
Let me ask you something, Tony. As the president of, let's say you're the president of the United States, right? You just know that you just illegally allowed so many millions of immigrants to come in illegally into the United States of America. It is known that you have snatched money from the state of Arizona governor who had access to use her money, $150 million, and you took that and spread that upon all the New York and the other states that they call themselves to be safe havens for the immigrants. The world and the United States know that you gave each one of them individuals all this free stuff. It's out here, it's known. And we know that you gave them a card that allows for them to get $3,000 a month. How do you, as the president of the United States, then get up and stand before the constituents, the citizens of the United States of America, and tell them, hey, my plan is to give you $400 a month for the next 2 years? How do you get up in front of people and tell them that when you just gave or are giving $3,000 a month to people who came into this country illegally, knowing that you're getting this money back off the sweat and brow and the backs of American people, taxpayers, and you're taking that money that they're putting into different Social Security, Medicaid, disability. You're taking these monies from these treasury places and spewing this money out. And if you're not taking it from there, now that means you're going to the Federal Reserve and taking loans out, putting us back into more debt when we're already into like $13 trillion in debt in the United States of America. Now, how do you stand before the people and tell them that we're going to, my proposal, it ain't a promise, it's only a proposal, that if you get me reelected, this is what I want to do. Well, if that's what you wanted to do, the same way you did an executive order to get rid of TikTok, why you didn't do an executive order to do that in the 4 years that you've been running, that you've been in office? Because let me tell you why. Because that is not that cry out that he just did right there. That wasn't a cry for well-to-do Anglo-Saxons, for well-to-do Asians, well-to-do East Indies people. That was his cry to the weak, don't want to do shit, poor black and white people. That was his Indian cry. That's why he shot the word. That's why he put money out front. See, they don't, as long as they're willing to put out money that looks like a stimulus, they don't have to tell you or they don't have to do anything to change anything in the United States, because I know you niggas just want a few dollars. You
so I want to say,
go ahead, Kaki.
I want to say it's for all these people who are black. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's who that crowd was for. and the crazy thing, Tony. Go ahead, T.
I was gonna say the sad part is he puts it out there without saying it's for the blacks. But you know the blacks are the ones that always, for the most part, always want a free handout. They want more food stamps, more stimulus checks, more this, more that, more Social Security. So if you're gonna give me something, I can stay at home and be lazy and do nothing and just get a free check. So you want to give me a check? Oh, y'all heard about Biden giving out $400 a month? Bitch, you better sign up, get your $400. Look, I got
crazy
3 rooms.
Part is,
my part of the rent ain't my part of the rent ain't, but I can pay my rent and still got $200 over. That's a come up for some people.
The fear of Trump is he gonna make me have to do something. I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to make some money. I'm gonna have to put into this corporation. I can't just be. And the part that like black people is nothing but the United States of America's. Like we are the orphans. We are the pets. We are the people who, okay, they can't do for themselves, dogs and cats, so we're going to domesticate them and give them what they need, the bare minimum, and keep it moving. Ain't nobody going to rise up. The real black people built this nation. And they weren't black people. They were indigenous. They were native. They weren't accepting these classifications to match their agenda. And once we started conforming to their agenda and what they wrote and allow them to dictate who we are and how we should be, it's a done deal.
This is so sad. And in all of my years of being on this earth and seeing presidential campaigns and presidential debates and presidential parties going back and forth, this is the first time that I've, in my opinion, have seen a party or a race with Democrat and Republican ain't got nobody qualified to do shit. Because Trump has no political experience, period. He
got
was just a
4
citizen
years.
that ran for president.
He got 4 years.
He's a businessman. He has qualifications to run this business.
He does.
He has no political experience. He has business experience.
But that's the thing, Tony. You keep looking at America as a country. America is a corporation.
And the only thing political about the corporation are the way they have dictatorship going on here. The only that political, the way that word politics is another term for I fucked you. It's a scapegoat term. The politics side of the government is that drug dealer who got a business and he's selling his dope out the business.
Yes. And that's the thing. We have to Kate expound on this a lot. We have to understand that no matter any time in history, have you looked at the American culture, all they've done is rape, pillage, and taken away things from everybody. Only business, if you look at Walmart, when Walmart came into the industry, became a corporation, a business, what was the first thing Walmart did when it came into existence, Tony? Kate? You know what it did? It destroyed all the mom and dad stores. It destroyed Kmart, JCPenney's, almost destroyed Sears. All of those companies went crashing because they couldn't compete with the prices that Walmart had. But then they say, hold on, we're not done yet. We want to close the mom and dad and all these old local grocery stores down. Not only are we selling clothes and home goods stores, we finna open up a super Walmart that got all the groceries in it too.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop. You ain't gotta leave here and go to Harvey's grocery store, Piggly Wiggly. We got it all right here. And when Dixie went out the door, Piggly Wiggly ain't got but a few. Kroger's done fell off. Food Lion. That's what a corporation do. Now let's look at America. America go to every other country and try to dictate and push their worldly agendas on every other country. Every other country that stands up against what America wants to be influenced and pushed in their country, their leaders get assassinated. And they turn around and put people in those positions that are going to be okay with doing what America wants to be done in that country. So at the same time, I'm saying to you, the best person for the job is a person that knows how to run business. Because guess what? I would rather have Donald Trump tell China, listen, we not accepting none of y'all
But does he not run business? Because he's failed and been bankrupt everything.
But guess what? Every great, even Bill Gates has been broke. What's your boy Zuckerberg done been broke? He don't crash before. What's the dude that got Tesla? Elon Musk done went down. Everybody has had a fall, but it ain't about how many times you fall. You know what it's about? How many times you get up. And every time Donald Trump has failed, he got up and succeeded again. So what I'm saying is this: we already know that Biden can't run the country. If it was a better candidate out of that could have replaced Biden and some youth and some energy could have been, then maybe. But right now, going into the next 4 years of the United States of America, where everything is touch and go, detrimental, we need to have a very decisive person who is gonna stand for something. In the 4 years that Trump was in here, Trump ain't have now war. Trump ain't caused our troops to go have to go to battle in the 4 years.
Trump ain't have no war because he became friends with the enemies.
No. It's called being political. It's called being political. It's called being strategic and learning that I don't have to go to war with you to get you to abide by what I want you to do. Because all I got to do is tell you, you won't get any import of your goods in my country and I'm gonna sanction you to where your shit can't come in here because Americans buy more of everything that's being shipped in and out than any country in the world. So when America tells you, and you got the president saying we can't ship nothing into their way, these the people that buy everything. What is it that you need for me to do, Mr. Trump?
Bingo. But you know, the thing about it is too, and what I'm always go back to it. When you were saying political and he's not a politician, the president's role has nothing to do with the politics.
Nope.
The president's role is to secure us as a people, to be
He's
our
the general of the military.
Right. And so that means he's supposed to do whatever it takes to keep us protected. And if that means negotiating and bartering and being friends and creating allies instead of enemies, that's what it's supposed to be. You made a good point when you say we go to other nations and we tell them how we want to build things up. But here, we're paying other people to do things. The reason why they're giving more of the immigrants more money is because we are indebted to these people. They're seeking asylum when they come here. And part of our Geneva Convention agreement with those nations that when they seek asylum to come here, we are going to take care of them. So that's the politics part that Biden is doing. But Biden is trying to say at the same time, you know, all them niggas gonna have a problem with not receiving something if we give this to them. So we gotta give them something. The people, too scared to say we need more. Trump showed us we don't have to pay rent. We don't have to pay mortgage. We don't have to pay for water, for light. It's crazy, but an eclipse is about to come, and the eclipse is going to put the nation in a lot of darkness, and there are going to be plenty of states who lose power because they're dependent on the sun. They're charging us for sun. They're taking the energy, solar, and feeding it to our home and charging us.
Yep.
And then going to turn around and have a blackout because the sun ain't going to shine, but your bill ain't going to be reducted. Like,
Preaching,
and people gonna pay it. How many people have y'all looked at your bills lately and seen the increase in the insurance? Increase in insurance and gone up $300 for some people monthly, and their only justification is inflation. Crime has gone up. Crime gone up because people ain't got money. So how are we gonna pay for this? We already don't have money to eat, but now we got to pay the money to have insurance to make sure if something happens, we're protected. And then if something happens, you got to be investigated in order to get your payment.
Yep. And all it takes is for them to find one thing that they don't agree with to say they disclaim. They don't want to honor the claim.
So you know how you were saying about Walmart being the one-stop shop and how Walmart came in as a corporation and they took over. They're doing that with us as a people. You have here in DC apartment complexes or condominiums. They're called lifestyle homes, to where you don't even have to leave that building. You can get your bar, your dry cleaners. They got a movie cinema. They got a workout room. You get the corner store. All this is attached. You do not have to go anywhere. They are doing this to keep people locked down and controlled the way they want you to be controlled.
Yep. And I bet you it's gated in.
No, it's not gated in. These are high-rise buildings, but the gate part is that automatic key fob or your handprint. Miami been doing a handprint to get inside of their buildings for at least 15 years now. It's nothing new. This stuff is nothing new with what they're doing to people.
Kate, did you see? I think we did it one time, but did you see it somewhere down in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, where let's say if they tell you they shutting down, you can't leave out of the You can't leave out of the city. They have like for bridges and stuff that you go up under to leave out. They got the metal bars that come up out of the ground now. That comes all the way up to the bridges where people can't go up under the bridge. And a lot of people never paid attention. A lot of people never paid attention to them when they were doing it. They were doing the construction at nighttime. And the crazy thing is this, Kate, guess what happened? I was just listening today. They were showing where Mayor Adams of New York just told the immigrants last week and has told the Democratic president that they can no longer house these immigrants. So now what they're doing is after 30 days and that you receive the money that was allotted to them, they're now shipping them out and flying them wherever they need to go to different states. So once they got into the United States, now once you got here and you got your card and you got your ID thing or whatever, now they're flying them out free to all over the United States of America. So now there's no way to even track them. So this is why I say you have to have somebody in there. Cause listen, when Trump was talking about the wall, when he came in, I wasn't educated on why was there a need for the wall. But as I became more educated on why this needed to be done, have y'all noticed that it got quiet after Texas said, hey, we're not going through that no more? Remember about a month ago, we were just supposed to be getting ready to go to war. The United States against Texas. Ain't nobody talking about that no more because Texas said it ain't gonna happen. They done went and found legal standing and say that we have a right to protect our citizens in our state. And nobody can't do anything about that. The government can because they have right to sovereignty to protect their citizens. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that these people, Trump, and like I say, Tony, y'all ain't never heard me until when Trump was in office. I was a hater of Trump, but that was because I was uneducated and I was ignorant, and I could see things different and clearer now. I'm not a Trump supporter. I've never been, but what I am a supporter of is being an American and being protected inside of the United States of America. And right now, I've seen that Joe Biden and his administration has not protected the United States of America in the last year and a half, 2 years that we've had an influx over 3 million immigrants to come across illegally. And we don't even know what they can and what they can't do. But what I do know is the reason for this, Joe Biden and his administration know that Biden has the worst presidential rating in history going into an election year. And they understood this is why they're fighting so hard, trying to get them to be able to vote in this election that's coming up. They're trying to pass laws, trying to get things done the way that they can. Go ahead, T.
So listen. So what I gotta do? What I gotta tell Adrian to do to come over here, just cross the water and say asylum?
Remember, we was talking about that when Jose was on the show, and what Juicy hit on it. Juicy said that these are political for the politicians. They've already created a partnership with this country to give these people asylum, to give them that when they come here, if they touch the ground, they can be protected. Why is it? This is why I hit Jose with this. Why is it when the Jamaicans come across, the Haitians come across, anything that is black come across, you're out there with the Coast Guard ships. You out there arresting them, turning them back, taking them back where they supposed to be at, and you ship them out here fast because they're the worst. Let me tell you something. And when I talk like this, because I'm by far not racist. I have friends, white, black, blue, green, and yellow. But what I am is truthful, and this is the truth. These people are so petrified when other blacks come to this country that did not come in the way that they wanted them to. through the U.S. Embassy and through proper paperwork and things, and without them programming them, telling them, don't get with these black people, because they're so afraid that if we were to ever get back in power, that the things that they have done to the black people in this country, that we're gonna get in power and do the same thing to them that they've done to us. And truthfully is the most forgiving people on the goddamn planet are black people, because we so afraid that if we don't be forgiven and we don't be forgive people for what they've done to us, that we gonna bust hell wide open. That's why religion has been so compromising. I didn't say God, I said religion. That's why religion has been so compromising to the black power structure, because black people are so afraid that if they don't turn the other cheek and kiss ass, that they gonna go to hell.
True.
Well, God know I don't kiss no ass. So, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Let's move on, bro, because I can talk about this all day.
And he
Let's
will.
move on. You have anything else? Yeah, anything else you want to say, Juicy, or not? We're gonna move on.
Go ahead and move on, cause don't go vote, y'all.
Oh God.
No? Okay. I have a video. It's called "What's Wrong with Our Education?" What's wrong with our educational system? I got two videos actually to show about the education system. I'll show this one video. We could briefly talk about it. Then I'm show you the second video.
Are you froze?
Cause I don't hear the video.
His Wi-Fi must be on the diet.
We can't talk about his Wi-Fi because it's that's what's going on with the cosmos.
No, they don't took him off of the air because we talking about Biden.
Oh, see, I forget about that too. Sometimes I be like, you know what? But they got to get it somewhere. We got to give it to them. We can't be scared.
And it's crazy though, Kate, because I mean, and I say it, but we are the most gangster killing, repping our city hood, that we don't own shit, neither the city, the hood, killing up each other, robbing each other, messing with each other, wives and husbands, and we educated in that, but we can't be educated in what can we do to come together to get some bills and laws, policies done to help our race. And it's sad. And I mean, sometimes I be pondering at night, Cake, and I can't even holler sleep because I be thinking about some of the stuff you say, like, we have to do this, we have to do that, we gotta stand up, and I'm sitting back and I'm looking, I'm like, stand up with who? Stand up with who?
So I actually was about to tag you earlier in a few groups that
Hold on, Kate. Chantel said that's why people don't take us serious. I totally agree, Miss Johnson. And when you don't have, and the only time people seem to make us feel like they take us serious is every 4 years in the last 12 months of that election, of that year of his or her fourth year, that's when black people become important to the Democratic Party. But the 36 months prior to that last 12 months of the year, you didn't even think about black people. It's sad, and you know, there are no political black leaders. And one of my great political black leaders that are very inspirational to me is, and I'm very saddened by him, is Minister Louis Farrakhan. I really do love the way he speaks. I love what he teaches. But truthfully, him and the Nation of Islam, I'm not asking them to take on America, but what I'm asking them to do is take on black people and say, let's educate them. Let's get them. And I know that you're not gonna be able to save all of us, but you have to be out here beating the street. You have to you have to be out here trying to educate them on why they should not be voting this way, why they should not be thinking this way. But the crazy thing is the indoctrination that has been put upon us in those 13 to 18 years of so-called schooling and tutelage that has been created by what his name? Schools were created by the system, and the educational system was created. I want to say not Rockefeller, but it may have been is Rockefeller, but they said
I was gonna say the Rockefellers.
It is the Rockefellers that said they did not create the school system. Huh?
But that's your reason why our people are miseducated and ignorant to all that is going on and don't know that they are being bamboozled the way they are. Oh, okay. And the reason being for that is because the education system was not designed to educate them so that they could come up, but it was to educate them so they could comply.
Our great Kamal said, unfortunately, I think the Democrats will have the smallest voter turnout ever. No matter who is in office, nothing happens for working class people. Prove me wrong. Kamal, I have no debate with you on that. Our school systems were created to produce factory workers. Exactly. To work up under the 1%er.
That's exactly.
And what they do Maul, is give a certain amount of people a little power, a little money to sell the image that if you work hard, that if you slave like we want you to, and you conform to our agendas, then you too can achieve your American dream. So at the end of the day, that's why it's called a dream. That's why it's called a dream, Tony. Okay, because it's not something that can happen for everyone. It's an illusion of something that you could achieve, but only if you play by our rules.
Well, they say that we'll even give you your own office.
That's what they say. Ain't nobody, you're an asshole. I just want you to know that. We'll even let you run your own business from your house.
And call it cottage law. They got a law and a bill for everything.
Listen, we'll even let you create a mobile service to go to people's house and charge more because you got out your bed.
No.
Yo, watch this right here and come back for my commentary.
Pretty much all of us have been taught by white people, who've 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 been taught by white people, taught by white people, using textbooks written for, about white people. You pretty much only ever had white teachers. So if you're white, you were relentlessly reflected at the front of the room, and you could get through graduate school without having a teacher of color, right? Or maybe one, maybe two. And if you're a person of color, rarely, if ever, did you see yourself reflected at the front of the room. So that teaching force, which is upwards of 93% white across the nation, and yet these teachers are now in the position to decide who's smart, who belongs where, who should be punished for what. And we see this empirically in the outcomes of tracking, special ed referrals, punishment, expulsion, the school to prison pipeline.
Like, I don't think y'all truly understand what Robin DiAngelo was saying here and how true it is. For instance, firstly, let's establish that roughly 80% of all teachers in this country are white, and in some districts that can be as many as, honestly, 100%. Concurrently, black educators account for about 6% of all educators. For black men, it's about 1.3%. And in some areas like Minnesota, where I spoke recently, black men are only 0.5% of all educators. There is overwhelming research and data that proves that black teachers are better for black students. And in fact, white teachers are harmful or bad for our kids. Having a black teacher means our kids will perform better on standardized tests. And black children who have black teachers are more likely to go to college and less likely to drop out. Black teachers are also more likely to recommend black students for gifted programs, and they're less likely to suspend, expel, or refer them for discipline issues. Oh, and this impact isn't just had on black students. Black teachers had a positive impact on every student, all students, regardless of their background. For example, being assigned a black teacher improved students' reading and math scores and decreased chronic absenteeism by roughly 60%. So does this mean that black folks are just better teachers than white folks? Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, we can all probably say that we've had great teachers of all backgrounds. I know I have. But it's something that black folks as educators mostly do differently that we can all learn from. And that is, black teachers culturally demand better and have higher expectations for their black students. And not just for their black students, but for all students. And as an educator of 12 years, where 10 years I taught in a diverse school, I can tell you that this is true. On the flip side, studies show that white teachers, when given the same student as a black teacher, is less likely to see that child as college material. And why is that? Well, it's based on social conditioning. White teachers work from within a hegemonic Western epistemological framework, which often predisposes them to have lower expectations of black students and a lack of respect for the students' families and primary culture. We're not saying that black teachers can wave a magic wand, but what we're saying is this research suggests that white teachers' failure to address or value black students' primary culture could also be a significant factor in their academic success. So what do we do moving forward? Well, the first step is, of course, we need more black educators. But it's not enough to just say we need more black teachers. Y'all know how I feel. Representation matters is an incomplete sentence. We need to cultivate, mentor, and recruit black folks who we know have a nurturing, caring, and conscious spirit that's in tune with our culture to go into the classroom. Number two, white folks, there's hope for you. You need to truly challenge yourself, question yourself, reflect, and understand that you are included in these studies. No matter how much you've learned or how many of my videos you've watched, and understand that you have to set those high expectations for our kids and also understand the backgrounds in which they come from. And no, expectations alone won't cure this, but starting with that as an endpoint means that you'll understand the barriers that are in place and work to remove them using your place of privilege and your position to power to make sure that they can be as successful as they are supposed to be. Because let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. If you don't have relationships with black folks outside of what you see in the media, where we are mostly depicted as gang members, gang bangers, gangsters, and thugs, and you're not reading books, and you're not unlearning, and you're not committed to this anti-racist life, then how do you expect to view our kids differently when you go into the class if this is the prototype that you have for blackness? The third thing, and this is not a full list, but this is what I'm giving you now: read, learn, understand that you don't know it all. Sign up for that online course that you need to sign up for. Your college did not prepare you for this. Your life did not prepare you for this. So at this point in your life, you're at a preschool level primarily in terms of understanding racial issues and understanding black culture. So act like that. Act like that, because you'll continue to have this hunger and thirst for knowledge. That bachelor's degree, that master's degree, that doctorate you got, that don't mean nothing when you're talking about what we dealing with. Matter of fact, in the classroom, we have a doctorate in our experience, and you are the child. And lastly, do not expect your black friends or black co-workers or black acquaintances to teach you a thing. This is your responsibility. You must commit to it. You must invest in it. You must bring in experts, myself, and other people do this type of work for a living. What Robin DiAngelo talked about here is a reality, but it doesn't have to be if we are committed to making a change moving forward. You ready to do the work?
I'm ready to dive into this.
Go right ahead.
I'm gonna start off firstly by saying, and I've said it before, the worst thing that ever happened to black people was integration. Um, Integration was very poisonous to our culture. Because at that moment in time, if you go back and look at education wise, graduation wise, we had the top of everything because we were able to look at our teachers, our educators, and understood the struggle they went through and how they were able to achieve it even in a harder time of life than what we had it. And it inspired us to want to excel greater than they did. And you had to deal with these people who lived, these black people that lived in our home, that lived in our communities, that could go and knock on the door at your mama house and say, Antonio's acting up at school today. He didn't turn in his homework today. He didn't do none of that, you know. And when you have these individuals as role models, that's why we had the higher graduation at that time. Yes, I've had quite a few great white teachers. My first one I would have to say is Miss Atkins. I've always loved her. She was a very nurturing and caring, especially growing up in the South Georgia. You know, I can only remember maybe 3 to 4 black teachers, but my principals were black. Miss Council, Mr. Mims, but teacher wise, it was Miss Green, Miss Nelson, Miss Robinson, and Miss Isom. Those were the 4 black teachers that were in my school, and you talking about from kindergarten to 4th grade. And Miss Robinson was, Miss McNeil. She was in 4th grade. Miss Isom was in 1st or 2nd grade. Miss Green and Miss Nelson was in kindergarten. You talking about a school that had almost 1,000 kids in it every day, and you talking about maybe even more, and you only seeing yourself as a representation. Only about 4 or 5 teachers. So that means that everybody else was of white descent. And you know, we have to understand that those sisters and brothers that are of African descent, black, whatever you want to call them, they were our representation. It's almost the same as looking at the Bible. When you look at the Bible, all the images that are predicted in the Bible of all these great people that did great things are predicted as white men. or the great Mary is predicted as a white woman. Eve is predicted as a white woman. Mary Magdalene predicted as a white woman. Even the Savior, the Son of God, predicted as a white man. Why? Why is that? You know why? Because in order to subdue, in order to control, in order to manipulate the minds of the black race or any other race, you have to make the savior the color of the oppressor in order for you not to rebel against the system. Because you mean to tell me that in religion and in education, you okay, Juicy? In religion and in education, that the same people who has enslaved me now has had a change of heart, want me to now be smart when it was against the law once before to even be able to read and to comprehend. Now they want me to be able to be saved by God, which is supposed to be a white man that's supposed to come back and save me. But this same God is the same person that had in the Bible that said, slaves, obey your slave master. So the educational system is warped. The educational system is warped and is beneficial to the people that created the system. That's why even when they give standardized tests, most black kids fail those standardized tests because it's not built on an even playing field. Most black kids, that's why you have Kennedy. That's why you have Roosevelt, what's the other school that's predominantly, hey Brielle, all of these people. This is why we have to understand that why don't they, you have to ask yourself, why are they not building schools that teaches or have black school where black kids want to just go and attend these schools the same way that they have private schools where mostly white and well-to-do other nationalities can go and pay and be a part of. Why don't we have these? Why is Oprah building schools in Africa? Why is LeBron James building a school that still has to go by the standardized education system of, yes, always will be. Always will be. And
don't forget to pay for that wedding though.
if she loved Paul. She loved Paul.
And she gonna have a dance with you too.
Yeah. And she gonna dance with everybody though.
Mm-hmm.
But back to that, we gonna be, I just know that this person is dead on the money. And we have to do better. And if you are gonna be, because like I said, I've had some great white teachers. And DP.
What's that, Chantel? Double penetration.
Oh my God. You're dropped the same crazy.
I was thinking that meant dope papping, but okay. But
You know
that's one of the reasons why I chose to homeschool my children. And my mom is a wonderful teacher. And I told her constantly, if I could have you teach my children until they get out of school, or teachers like you, then they would be in school. But since that's not a guarantee, then I won't. And the reason why I say that is because there are some teachers who teach because they know that these kids need it, and they don't allow the curriculum and their job to restrict them and limit what they teach. That's one of the reasons why people like private school, even private universities, like with what's going on in Florida about taking the history out of the school system and the books and stuff. Bethune-Cookman, Florida Memorial, they don't have to deal with that. because they're private. They can teach their students what they feel they need to get. FAM used to be that way. FAM can't even offer African American history anymore because it's politics. But if
Right.
they were private, they don't have that govern. I hate to say it publicly, but at this time it needs segregation is needed for a lot of people and a lot of things right now. We don't have to have it mandatory because there are some people. We had pilgrims back in the day. We have some pilgrims today, but the vast majority are the people holding the water hose, spraying the crabs back down into the barrel. We want you to live, so here go your water, but don't get up.
Yeah.
And we got to do something different.
Let me show you this one. Let me show you this one video as a student that can support the last video. They kind of go hand in hand. This is a student from a student's point of view. Check this out.
Sorry. Good evening. My name is Sierra Patterson. I'm a 17-year-old girl who attends Lower Richland High School. I'm a senior this year. I have 25 and a half credits with a 3.9 unweighted GPA. I'm also an IB and honor student. I have done cheer for Lower Richland since I was 13 years old on varsity every year. I'm enlisted in the SC National Guard with the MOS of 31 Bravo, which is a military police officer. And I will be attending basic training in AIT this summer after graduation. Then in spring 2025, I will be attending Winston-Salem University, majoring in criminal justice and a minor in forensic psychology to become a homicide detective. I have already been accepted into Winston-Salem as well. While attending Lower Richland High School, I haven't had any referrals nor disciplinary actions. On January 22nd, as I was trying to break up an altercation due to no admin nor security being present, I was then attacked by a girl and we began to have a physical altercation. Then I was attacked by her friend as well, which I have video evidence of. This caused me to be referred to the hearing board and then to Olympia Learning Center because of the violation of Level 3, 3.17, major disruption of the education environment. At Olympia, they only have 2 out of my 7 classes, which are personal finance and economics. I then put in an appeal and waited 3 weeks, and then to where I went to my appeal, and I was sent to serve at Homebound Services last week when I got this information. But they didn't have my classes on Edgenuity, so then they contacted my base school, which is Lower Richland, and they said they would try to get my classes online through Schoology. And I was informed of that information today. I stand before you to state I have missed almost 2 months of my education due to this altercation, and I'm the only senior in this situation. They are all receiving the education needed for them to complete their grade, but I am not receiving none of mine in my senior year, and I'm the senior who is graduating this year. These are classes I need to graduate that aren't available. I have reached out multiple times to get work from my base school, but didn't receive anything, and I was removed from Power School, so my teachers were unable to grade me and it was putting me more behind. I am not failing, and I know I'll be able to catch up with the time I have left. I'll do a behavior contract or whatever is needed for me to go back to school. I've paid my senior dues for graduation. I paid for my prom dress already as well. I worked so hard to be in the top 30% of my class. Kept A's and B's every quarter to make sure I continue to excel in my honor and IB courses. I worked so hard for my IB certification. I apologize for my negligence of the violations I was involved in, and I wish it never happened. I wish I could go back and change the whole situation. My education, life, and career are now all on the line and being affected. I don't have time for summer school due to me leaving for basic training in AIT. I didn't put in another appeal because I don't have that much time left, and I really wanted to be heard as soon as possible. Graduation is in 2 months and 3 weeks.
Parliamentarian, let her continue. Finish, Donna.
Graduation is in 2 months and 3 weeks, and prom is in 1 month and 3 weeks. I really hope to attend both. I just want to go back to school to catch up. I'm sorry. I just want to go back to school to catch up back in my classes, which I know I am capable of doing, and walk at my graduation that I have worked so very hard for. Oh, God bless your hearts for what may happen next. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to me. Again, God bless you all. Have a great rest of your evening. Thank you.
Who
need
playing
to
it in
come
the
to
background?
Adewale to learn, and I will. Now I said she can come to Adewale to learn, and I will get her graduated, and she will still be able to continue. Like this is the stuff that hurts. I have a senior in high school, and I did not raise my children to like want to go to college and want to do these things, but I did raise them to have ambitions and dreams to do what their hearts desire, and he wants to go to college. So I understand that drive that she did all this work to fulfill the dreams that she has within her. And here are people trying to stop it because they know these black kids coming up today ain't black kids coming up today. They're geniuses, they're scholars, they're the future president that's gonna run the nation and do what's supposed to be done. And they don't want that to happen because it's going to everything gonna get taken from them. And we need to start. That I don't like that video with her. Like I got in one fight in high school, and I got in school suspension. And I had to go to another school that did not have classes for me. So I feel everything she felt. And they don't care. The one person that I thought she was in a younger grade than me, she didn't get in school suspension. And she was a troublemaker. But she was okay to be back at the school because she caused trouble. She was a distraction. She is what they needed in that school. They don't need her anymore because the dates of test time are already marked. She done already raised up their scores for the school to get their funding. She done already served her purpose at that school. She's now expendable. That's a
But
damn shame.
you know, everything you said is on point, Cake. But I just want to say this: we always want to attach ourselves to their group. We always want to attach ourselves to whatever it is they're doing. I don't say that the parents were wrong for wanting to have their child having a better education and to be in a less hostile environment than public school. But at the same time, you have to understand that the people that you got in a fight with were not you, were not this, they were this. So when that took place, you have to understand, like you say, but by it being a private school, they don't get any state funding. But by them understanding, like you say, they have quotas as well that they have to allow a certain amount of us to participate in their program where you can get, it's called it's almost like a scholarship to where by you being a student who do make good grades, you do seem to be and meet the criteria. We'll let you come in this way through a scholarship because it does make us look like we're not racist. But at the same time, we have to understand that this is why it's important to have the schoolings that Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about. This is why it bothers me that we have more black multimillionaires and billionaires in the United States of America than we've ever had at any time in history. Why is it that we're only taking our money buying cars and homes instead of putting our money together, our net worth together, and building up abandoned cities? That we seen one time we did a show where you can buy the whole town in the city for $3.1 million. It's motherfuckers buying cars that's $3.1 million. You could have got that whole entire town, build it up, and made it a Black Wall Street. And it's people that get LeBron James is over $1 billion. He's worth over $1 billion. Michael Jordan over $1 billion. Actually, $6.3 billion. You got all these multi-millionaire athletes that all they do is take their money and blow it. It's like it's some type of law or policy that tells them that we'll allow you to make this money, have this money, but you better not go and do nothing that's going to build the infrastructure of the black community. You can actually own your own bank and finance your own race of people or anybody that wants to be a part of your bank. But you know why they don't do it? Because in order to do these things, you still have to go through the power structure of the J's and the W's. So this is why I say it's hurtful to hear this little girl say this, but truthfully, I would have listen. I don't want to come back to school. Let me be able to complete my classes at home. Let me do what I do. I'm okay with going to the prom, and I'm okay with graduating with you. But what I don't want to do is go back and step into the den of thieves, and y'all attack me again and make me look worse than what you've already done. So I need to go ahead and graduate from the house, do my rest of my last 2-3 months online, get this done and complete, walk across this stage, and go on and get this behind me. Because what I don't understand is if I got a video and I was attacked first, why haven't you pressed charges on the individual that attacked you? Because with the video that you say is out there would have proved that you're definitely innocent. And if the school didn't want to recognize it, now I'm gonna make the department of I'm gonna make the police department respect that I was attacked. We're gonna go and arrest the person that attacked me, and then I'm gonna make the same system go to the system and tell them she was attacked and she shouldn't be suspended. She shouldn't be because it's almost like they've expelled her. But the individuals that attacked her are still sitting in the school. How is it that you expel one student who has never been in trouble her entire time in your high school? Is at the top of your graduation class, and you almost expel this baby say she ain't been in school in 2 months and counting. So me at this moment, I don't want to go to I don't want to go to that school. I want to finish school. I'm okay with finishing there, but how I'm gonna finish it is at my house. I'm gonna pretend I'm at COVID. I'm dealing with COVID, and I'm finna finish my last 2 years, my last few months at home, where I ain't got to worry about nobody coming here to do nothing to me or attacking me to make me look bad because of your jealousy of how I am excelling.
She could also go ahead and petition to graduate.
See, but she says she needs 2 more classes, so therefore she can't petition that until those 2 classes are complete.
Gotcha.
But that's why I'm saying, Cake, she needs to go ahead and do them at home.
Oh, I agree. You know, I'm not for that system. And this that, to me, that whole thing is another example of our children being set up and then let down. And that's the part where parents come into play. I feel that's where homeschool come into play, because you as the parent, it's your responsibility to protect your children from people who doing this to them. And that's the school system. Like,
you know, it hurt me, Kate, this year when my daughter wasn't allowed to be in the play. And she has been, so this is how I view it. She's been your token nigga in all these plays for all these years, but her last, which is her graduation year from 5th grade to go to 6th grade, you tell her, oh, you didn't make it this year. When her auditions were better this year than it had been in the past prior 3 years. But guess what, Kate? I, as a father, her mama was like, she didn't like it, but she gonna be moving. I was like, hold on. See, this is where we fall short. If I don't go make an example for my daughter now, I'm lessening it for the kids, that black kids that come behind her. So I told him, I said, let me understand this here. She'll still be, she going on to the 6th grade and she done moved past that. But what we need to do is, since y'all can have all these plays and stuff, when is y'all gonna do something to represent Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey? When you gonna do something that's gonna represent Malcolm X, I mean Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks? When are you gonna do something? What was the other dude's name? I said George Carver, the gentleman that created the
peanuts.
peanut butter. When are y'all going to do a play for representing something that they can sit up and be proud of? Because all y'all are doing are having them represent you guys in your play. I say next year, I hope that it needs to be something that gives them something to be proud of. Because obviously you only fixated when the principal go to crying. I told her, listen, I don't want to see no tears because I just got finished wiping my daughter's on. And she's hurt more than what, oh my God, I just never looked at it like that before. How are you 50-something, 60-something years old, baby? You can't tell me that because 60 years ago, we was just basically getting ready to come out of the Jim Crow era.
Yes, you can, because when you go to school and when you go and study and work these jobs, you're indoctrined.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But guess what, Cake? Like you said, it is my responsibility
It sure
to
is.
protect and do whatever I have to do so that you can understand that she will not be ran over, she will not be mistreated, and she will not be done wrong. Because before that happened, her daddy cashed it all the way in.
Cha-ching!
About mine.
I had to do that this year with Niamki and his coach because it's his senior year, and Niamki chose to play football, and he was upset about that. And I feel him because you are a basketball player and you could have gotten injured, and then now we would have you out of the season. So he took it as if since you're gonna go play another sport, you're not dedicated you're not, the passion for the sport of basketball ain't in you. So he tried to use that as so I'm gonna play other kids who love the sport more. Huh? Now the catch to it is Niamki first time playing football end up being all DC or all American or something, like one of them high ranking awards or something. And Niamki would have did that for basketball. But I tell Niamki all the time, when they look at you as a student and how much you excel in the books, how much you excel as a person in your mannerism, your well-being, your livelihood, these people don't like the fact that you were raised by a woman and are persevering in those magnitudes. Sports, academics, leadership, they're gonna chop you down. And that's exactly what they did to this little girl. They trying to chop her down.
Well, I pray for the young lady. I know God will intervene and do his thing like he always do. But we got to get ready to get up out of here. We appreciate those that participated in the show, Ms. Johnson, Ms. Baines, Mr. Akbar. We appreciate everybody that peeped in and watched Cordell. We definitely appreciate you guys for coming in, giving y'all input. And like I always say, we're nothing without you guys, and we appreciate you guys. We're gonna I know Teama was probably dealing with Tyson because he was a little under the weather. Feel better, Ty, but we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Do anybody else have something to say before I close us out?
I want to say thank you also to Cheryl Coleman. She gave us a thumbs up on Facebook.
Okay. Cake, before I close us out.
No, just I love you all, and it's good to be back on the show on this new day.
Yeah, it does feel good to be on Thursday. Ain't no pressure for Friday. Tony, now we got our long.
You, who can be against you?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out. We're gonna go ahead and bring out the juiciest cakes in the business. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to MJ, my godson, my nephew Melvin, and Affy's son for out there doing his thing on the football field. MJ out there burning it up. We're gonna put a video on next Tuesday. Tony, I'm gonna send you the video so we can give a shout out to our up and coming. We appreciate it, Miss Johnson. We him doing his thing out there, Tony, and they got him so mad out there, Tony, that that they hollering about. This is a thug, a 5-year-old. It's a thug out there on the football field. I'm gonna try to get out there. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out there next weekend, so I can participate in their thugging.
So they called him a thug because he good.
They're not calling him. Why my sister-in-law is sitting in the stands and Melvin is on the field coaching. That's what they're saying. So not this weekend, but next weekend, I'm gonna be out there in the stand and I'm gonna come in differently than when she come in. So when she's sitting in the stand and I hear him, who you calling a thug?
So Melvin's the thug or the kid's the thug?
My nephew, his son, they're calling the 5-year-old a thug because when he scores the touchdown, he do his little dance and all of that. Yeah, they mad because and the kid's so much bigger than him, but they can't even catch him and they older.
So they mad that he got swag.
Yeah, them.
Look, he need a microphone on him.
Say what? Conan done froze again. But KK, go ahead and let them know, baby. We can get up out of here.
So you can find me here every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday 9, Thursday 8. It don't even flow right. But anywho, you can find me here every time we gonna have a show on the ATL show. You can also check me out on Facebook, Miss Juicy, or on Instagram, Miss Beautiful, or TikTok, Miss Juicy Cakes. And you can check out my website, enliventoyou.com, for all your homeopathic and wellness needs.
We appreciate you. We love you. We're going to give a shout out to our sister, Miss Tyson's mom, Tayama Sweetness. We appreciate you for coming on, giving us what you could tonight with Tyson being sick. We're going to go ahead and bring the man out that makes it possible for us to participate and be out here in these ATL world, this ATL street. The brother that makes it possible. There's a pain in my ass, but he's giving me a green thumb to have a drive with cake that, flourish and create my own vegetables and plants and things right now. And I appreciate you for that. Our boss, man. AB, let them know.
Good evening. Yes, it's so nice to be back in the number. So great to be back amongst my friends, my family, my tribe, my sorrows, my frats, my bros, my kin folks, and them folks. But it's so great to be back. Yes, them folks too. But it's so nice to be back. So anyway, you can find me. I'm Anthony Brown, yours truly. You can find me under the Anthony Brown Show. You can find me under the ATL Show. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. I ask that please email me or text me with any show ideas, comments, concerns, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. I don't take anything personal, but I welcome all comments, concerns, viewpoints. So you can email me at theanthonybrown@gmail.com. You could call or text me at 561-768-3710. And the words that I live by wholeheartedly, and I have been for years, and so should you, unless you got to grind until you shine.
I'm grinding and I'm shining. Y'all know who I am. I'm Legacy the Great. Y'all can hit me up and look for me on Facebook up under Dream Williams. Also, you can hit me up on YouTube up on the Legacy the Great. Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com. Also, you can reach me for business purposes only. And filing motions. If you locked out your car, you hit me up at 229-630-7615. Also 561-907-9129. I want to end this show with two things. I want to thank my neighbors for enduring with me when I do when we do this podcast. They be so gracious most of the time, and I know sometimes when we was up at 11, we were keeping them up late, but they work with me, and I appreciate them. But I also want to give a special shout out to the besides God, the thing that makes this heart beat and get up in the morning and want to do better every day. I want to give a happy birthday, belated birthday, from the ATL show to my daughter Anaya Cantrell Williams. She turned 12 yesterday, and I'm looking for many more birthdays. And I just love her, and she's everything to me, y'all. Y'all already know this, and I thank God for allowing her to um come into existence and to be my light in darkness. And I appreciate you, and I love you, Daddy. Love you, Mama. And you know what Daddy say? ATL.
Happy birthday, Naya.
Happy birthday.
Now we.
What? Say Juicy.
Cause now we gotta do that when our kids have a birthday. Golly.
Okay.